A very warm welcome back to your latest industry recap, and a bit of an exciting one today with focus on aircraft orders, beginning with Riyadh Air, who are scouting next-generation wide-body planes to elevate its fleet even before launching a scheduled commercial flight. The upcoming carrier, which recently pushed back its launch to late 2025, driven by delays to the 787 Dreamliner, is eyeing an order for 50 additional aircraft, with the 50 aircraft likely to be for what is considered the larger long-haul jets from either Airbus or Boeing. This could be your A350-1000 and or 777X being considered, according to Bloomberg reporting. For Riyadh Air, securing this purchase would be deemed essential for developing its fleet in the coming decades. In ensuring that the aircraft actually require on time and when they would need them is another factor worth considering for which direction they will actually head. Given the complications in certification for the 777X model and essential delivery slots being snagged up at Airbus amid other delays, Riyadh Air has undoubtedly faced challenges in really determining which direction to head. Reporting on the airline's latest interest in a new long-haul jet has continued to creep up. You may recall that 2024 discussions suggested that a 2025 calendar year decision would be more likely than not. The airline's fleet is one that already consists of Airbus and Boeing jets, so they aren't necessarily a single fleet operator. They have 787 Dreamliner aircraft on order, the first aircraft the airline actually ordered. The Dreamliner, right from the beginning of their launch, is expected to be crucial to aid long-term growth ambitions. Meanwhile, on your Airbus side of things, a commitment to the A321neo also exists, with this single-aisle jet expected to be necessary for the airline's more modest flying and should definitely complement the 787. But Riyadh Air feels they need more depth, and a high-capacity aircraft is how they'll achieve this. It would be a landmark purchase for the 777X and A350 that would elevate the fleet, as the airline readies for a launch later this year, permitting that there are no further delays. As for the airline's decision, this is yet to be made, with the company still assessing all available options before deciding on whether the Airbus widebody or widebody at Boeing makes the most sense. Talk of a new aircraft order also followed that announcement that the carrier is delaying its launch. Previously, Riyadh Air had been targeting a highly anticipated commencement of scheduled flights around the midway point of this year. That's now being pushed back to Q3 at the earliest. Unfortunately, given the complexities in ongoing supply chains and Boeing's internal struggles that they're attempting to work through, launching in Q3 still cannot technically be wholly confirmed, but it is more given as guidance for the company that it is hoping to really achieve. Over to the final story in today's proceedings, but sticking with the theme of new orders, Uzbekistan Airways will increase its commitment to the Boeing 787 Dreamliner by purchasing additional units to meet demand and help with its own efforts of fleet renewal. The latest purchase, valued at $2 billion, will see the acquisition of 14 more 787-8s. This is the smallest variant in the family, and it will help its wide-body flying. As part of the new purchase, Uzbekistan Airways confirmed it would take the first unit in the latest commitment from 2029, with deliveries to conclude in 2032. The airline's chairman confirmed that the details of this deal between Boeing and itself are still being figured out. However, it can all be but confirmed with the MOU. There has actually been pretty big investments in Uzbekistan and the transportation industry of late. $400 million worth of international financing was actually approved in mid-January for the company, and a quarter of that destined for Uzbekistan Airways. On top of that, the carrier has made intentions very clear that they are trying to secure additional funding for their long term. As for the fleet already, well, Uzbekistan Airways has 7 of your Dreamliners to its name. Now, all of these units are for the Dash 8 model, with the fleet averaging 6.7 years of age. Therefore, by adding 14 more aircraft, well, you're really focusing in on simplicity and ensuring that the aircraft that arrives into the airline's hands is something that they are already familiar with. This has many fantastic benefits. Now, obviously, if there was a problem with this model, they'd be putting all their eggs in the one basket, but they certainly see the positives to outweigh the negatives, with things such as simplicity in crew training, integration into their operation, parts, maintenance, and more all just being streamlined. And for a company that, while is important but isn't on the level of United, things such as these simply can't go understated. By adding more of the aircraft type, the airline can also begin saying farewell to some of its more aging aircraft. While Uzbekistan Airways' latest announcement that it will purchase more Boeing aircraft has certainly received much attention, this new deal is part of a broader streamlining and renewal efforts. At the beginning of 2023, Uzbekistan Airways confirmed it would actually purchase Airbus planes as well to help elevate its single-aisle fleet. The deal included 12, with certainly a modest balance spread across the A320neo and A321neo models, deemed a necessary step in the evolution of its passenger fleet. New aircraft such as the 7878 and Airbus's commitments will help substantially modernize this business, giving passengers also a way more comfortable flying experience, helping to hopefully elevate customer satisfaction levels. And as I touched on a little bit already, simplicity can really lower operating costs, help reduce maintenance complication, reduce crew costs, while making schedules easier to curate and actually adhere to, which we know regulators are putting a big focus on of late. Thanks a lot for your support here on the channel. Please take care, do be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for your next industry recap.
And we'll fly.